Welcome. My name is Nicholas Sanouche. Thank you for coming out this afternoon to dig some holes and bury some treasure in the game known as Gold Spade.
Gold Spade is a simple game of strategy and luck that requires a deck of cards and 2 dice. The game is meant for 1 to 3 players, ages 10 and up, and takes about 30 minutes to play if you know what you're doing.
A game of Gold Spade involves taking 16 cards and arranging them in a 4x4 field. There are numbers from 1 to 10 and 6 different colors. There's also free cards to get in the middle here, reference cards over here, and scorecards right there. Your goal is to get 10 points in the game by arranging different caches and veins throughout the board. To get a cache, you simply need to have 4 of the same number in a row. For example, we have these 4 nines over here in a row. To get a vein, you need to have a sequence of numbers that do not necessarily have to be in numerical order, such as 8, 7, 9, 10, right here. You can do diagonals, you can go forward, and you can do upwards.
Of the 2 dice, you have the D6, which has the 6 different colors of the game, called the dig dice, and you have the D10, which has the 10 different numbers of the game, called the Seif dice. You start your turn by rolling the 2 dice. If you are not satisfied with your roll, you are able to re-roll 2 more times until you have what you want. At that point, you then have to go and use the dice for their purposes.
Based on the number you rolled for the thief die, you are allowed to swap any one of your cards on your board for that number that was rolled on any of the other players' boards.
I'm a thief. I'm gonna steal your ruby. Stop! Thief! Thief! Ha! Now I got 2 points.
The dig dice allows you to swap any 2 cards as long as one of those cards matches the color that's on the dig dice.
I want to take that fossil. Oh, I'll be darned. That's a 4-color vein. That's 3 points.
To protect your cards from thieving, you can actually bury the cards by flipping the card over to the buried side. When the buried side is showing, nobody can steal your cards. The only downside, however, is that you also cannot move your own cards as long as they remain buried. It requires 1 dice action to bury or unbury a card. A solitaire game of Gold Spade is a little more challenging. You have 11 rounds to finish getting 10 points on both fields that you have in front of you. You roll the dice, and then you can choose which one is the thief die and which one is the dig die, and then swap out cards accordingly until you have 10 points on both sides, or you can try to go for a high score and get more than 10 points for each side, as long as you can do it before the rounds are over, otherwise you lose.